Welcome back, my name is Olive. So this class is going to be a morning flow for the whole body. In terms of equipment, all you're going to need is your yoga mat and perhaps a block, and we are going to start sitting down, checking in with our breath to start with before we get moving. So I will see you there. So find yourself in a comfortable seat. I personally prefer kneeling, but sit cross-legged, use a block, whatever's most suited. And we're just going to go ahead and close down our eyes, spend a little bit of time bringing some more awareness to our breath. So with the eyes closed, find yourself in a neutral position. So ears over your shoulders, shoulders over your hips. Feel free to have a little wriggle around before settling into a little bit of stillness. And then I just want you to observe your breathing here. Every inhale that fills and expands the lungs and the body, to every exhale that allows it all to contract. Just take one more breath like this. And then I'd like you to take one hand onto your chest, one hand onto your belly, and just observe the movement of the front of your body against the palms with each breath. Not trying to force a breath too much into the palms, just lightly observing, but noticing that there is movement. So take one more breath like this. And then I'd like you to take your hands across your chest to hold your side ribs, just sort of below where the bra line would be. And again, notice how the rib cage expands outwards on the inhale, contracts on the exhale, how there's movement here. Let's go for one more breath. And then release the hands. I now want you to take them either side of your spine, fingertips facing down. Hands are either fairly low or they're higher up, whatever's more comfortable. And observing the breath moving here. It's more subtle than the previous two placements, but we can still feel it. And then release the hands back to your lap. Just observe normal breathing for now. So what we've just noticed and brought awareness to is that the breath moves everywhere in our body, from the front to the sides and to the back. So if you rub your palms together, build up some heat. So take the hands over the eyes, release and blink your eyes open to the room. So with that understanding, we're now going to see how as we manipulate the spine out of neutral, the breath moves a little bit more elsewhere. So first thing, we're going to take our hands down to our knees, let your rib cage kind of collapse towards your hips, so you're squeezing and rounding in, chin to the chest, and now I want you to observe the breath. Where do you feel it moving easy? Right now, all the way down the back. It's a little bit harder to breathe into the front. Take one more breath like this. And then inhale, come all the way back through neutral. This time we're going to bias it the other way. So I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades together, almost lifting through the chest, lift up through the throat, and find the breath here. And you'll notice it becomes very, very easy to breathe into the front of your body because we've allowed that space. One more breath like this. And then come all the way back through center. Now we're going to bias it into either rib cage. So take right hand down to the floor, lifting left hand up, and bend as much as you like into the right hand or stay more upright. But again, what you'll observe is that it's very easy to breathe into the left rib cage than it is to the right. So one more breath like this. And then slowly come up, move to the other side. So left hand down, right hand lifts, and again, same thing, very, very easy to breathe into the right side of the body. One more breath like this. And then all the way back through center. So this time, just for the sake of doing it, we're going to see what it's like to breathe when we involve a twist. So take left hand to the outside of the right leg, twist towards the right hand side, finding your breath here. And what you'll notice is that right side of the chest, very easy to breathe into, and left side of the back, very easy to breathe into. One more breath like this. And then come all the way back through center onto the other side. So twist towards the left. And again, you'll find left side super open, right back super, super easy to breathe into. Cool. And then come all the way back through the center. So what we've learned from that is that we can still breathe despite moving out of a neutral position in our spine. So let's come forwards onto our knees. Give the feet a little bit of a pat out, especially if you've been sat on them. Roll through the ankles, crunch through the toes a little bit. To warm up into the wrists, we're going to spread the fingers super, super wide. And we're just going to try lift the palm off the floor, keeping the hands, or the fingers, sorry, and the knuckles pressing into the ground. So lift up from the palms and then down. Up and down, just a couple of times, just to start to build some activation into the wrists, start to wake them up a little bit, and just test out the dexterity of the hands. Cool, so I'll go 2 more times, and then flat hands. Now we're going to try to go the other way, so push down into the palm and see if you can lift the fingers up and down. A little bit harder, working different muscles in the forearm, in the wrist. Cool, let's go 2 more. And then releasing, lovely. Briefly come up onto your knees. So we're in a nice upright kneeling position. We're just gonna move through the neck ever so slightly. So release the hands, keep them nice and soft. Chin drops down, and then take right ear towards right shoulder. And then chin to chest, left ear, left shoulder. Just a couple of times like this. Briefly warming up through this range. Cool. Now this time you take right ear to right shoulder, let your left hand float up and away. And you're just going to move your head a little bit. You're going to move through the arms, see what feels good. Maybe twiddle the fingers. Experiment, see. And then chin to the chest, release the hand. Left ear, left shoulder, right arm floats up and away. And again, move through. See what feels good. Twist the head, twist the arm, move through the bicep. Release the hand, chin to the chest, looking all the way up. Lovely. Interlace your hands, take them behind your head, elbows go nice and wide. Lift up through the chin, looking up. Just breathing here, and if you want, you can slowly start to tilt the head side to side. Cool. And then chin to the chest, release the hands, bring yourself back into your tabletop position. We're going to sink down into child's pose and move through some spinal waves. So fingertips pressing into the ground, breath is super easy into the back of our body right now. You're going to take an inhale, lift up into tabletop. Shoulders move over the wrists, squeeze the shoulder blades together, hips to the floor, lifting into cobra. And then chin to the chest, reversing through tabletop all the way back down to child's pose. So a couple of times like this, observing how as we manipulate the spine out of its neutral position, the breath has to adapt accordingly. Keep pushing through the palms, squeezing shoulder blades together. Good, we're going to go one more time. And this time, when you arrive back to child's pose, I want you to take your time to come forwards and land all the way down onto your belly with your palms underneath your shoulders. So roll the shoulders back. You're going to squeeze through the muscles in the upper back, squeezing the butt, pressing the hips to the floor. So we're going to do a movement called lizard taps. I don't know the real name of it, but that's what I'm going to call it. So we're going to bend the right leg first of all. The heel is above the knee. Now the aim is to sort of lift up this right knee through abduction and bring it towards the right elbow. So you're going to push through the left side, lift the right knee, take it out to the side, squeeze it in up towards that right elbow. Allow yourself to roll over to the side if you need a little bit. Then you push through and reset. We're going to do that 3 more times. So squeeze and lift, bring it all the way up, and then pushing all the way back. Good. Just 2 more. So a lot of glute activation, a lot of deep oblique as well activation. 1 more time, and we're active through the upper body. And then reset. Good. So left side, lift the left leg, push through the hands, squeeze and lift, draw the knee up, and then back out to the side. And again, lifting and squeezing, maybe have a look at it, and then push it back. Last 2. And then all the way back. Cool, 1 more. And then popping it back. Lovely, when you're ready, push through into your child's pose. Take a moment here. Let the arms do whatever feels good. Maybe start to sway gently side to side. Observe the breathing. And then whenever you're ready, bring yourself up into your first downward facing dog. Take a moment to settle here. Pedal out through the feet. Push through the palms. Breathing. Maybe shake the head out a little bit. Good. And just taking a couple more breaths here. Lovely. So we're going to come from downward dog into some bear holds. So it's like tabletop, but your knees are off the floor. So from downward facing dog, inhale, you're going to bring your shoulders over the wrists. Let the knees bend, let them hover above the ground. Bear position. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, roll forwards. Shoulders over the wrist. Let the knees hover. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. 1 more time. Inhale, roll. Let the knees hover. Exhaling, downward facing dog. This time, inhale, rolling forwards, let the knees land completely down to the ground. And from here, we're pushing into the left leg, extending the right leg straight behind us. So the knee is off the floor. And I just want you to slowly start to pulse backwards and forwards a couple of times, loading into the wrists, loading into the calf, into the Achilles tendon, and just seeing where we are at. Cool. Then finding stillness here, you're going to turn, so the right hip is now facing up to the ceiling. So drop your right heel down, left leg or foot is going to go behind that knee, and we're opening up into our gate pose. Right hand goes straight above first of all, and then we're going to reach up and over, so we're moving towards the top of our mat. Breathing here. Next, inhale, push, come all the way up towards a kneeling position, hands above the head. Check the alignment in the legs, so arch of the foot in line with the knee. Then exhale, we take the right hand down, left hand reaches up and over. Inhale through center. Exhale, left hand down, right hand reaches. I'm going to do that a couple more times. So inhale through center. Exhale, bend towards the right. Inhale through center. And exhale to the left. We'll go 1 more time. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale to the right, breathing into what rib cage. Inhale through center. And then exhale down to the left. And we are going to pause here. So feel free to take your right hand either staying where it is, straight above, or maybe onto the right hip. We're going to start to engage into the right glute max and glute med. Lift the leg off the floor in line with your hip. And then slowly drop it back down. So 3 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, down. Keep pushing through the left hand 1 more time. Inhale, up. And exhaling down. Lovely. From here, right hand lands next to the left. We're going to turn back into our starting position and then step the right foot in between the hands, coming all the way up into a low lunge stance. Good. So taking a breath here. Inhale. Then on the exhale, bend into the front knee as low as you want to go, keeping the foot flat. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, pressing and lifting. Good, 1 more time. Exhale, down. Inhale to lift. Right hand lands to the knee. Inhale, left hand higher. Exhale, lean towards the right side. If you want to feel it a little bit more intensely into your left hip flexor, bend into the front leg just a little bit more. But make sure you're breathing into the left ribs, a little bit to the chest, into the back. Good, 1 more breath here. Then inhale, return back up into your low lunge. Let's play with some standing splits. So you're going to bend forwards, plant both hands in front of the right leg, lift up the back knee slowly as you put pressure into the right leg, lifting up through the top. Point the toes off the back leg. Right leg is as straight or as bent as you like. Try to shift the gaze, look behind you. One more breath here. And then slowly as you bend the right leg, plant the hands to the floor, left leg lands, and then we push and step back into our downward facing dog. So have a little bit of a shimmy, have a little bit of a shake here as I change sides. Good, so again, back to our bear taps from downward dog. Inhale, roll forwards, let the knees hover an inch off the ground. Exhale, back. Inhale, roll forwards, knees hover, exhaling back. One more time, inhale, roll forwards, let the knees hover, exhale, send it back. Cool, this time actually landing down towards the ground into our tabletop position. Right knee stays on the ground, but lift the left leg off. And we're just gonna again start to pulse backwards and forwards. Moving down the left posterior chain this time, seeing what's going on there before we play with some gait. So back to some stillness. As you drop the left heel, right ankle goes behind that knee. We're gonna press and lift through the left hand, reach up and over the ear. Cool. So from here, push through, come all the way upright. Check the positioning of the legs. You might need to readjust ever so slightly, but inhale, both hands up. Then exhale, bending towards the left. Inhale through center, right hand down, bending towards the right. Good, so inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center and exhale to the right. Last time, inhale coming all the way up. Exhale to the left, breathing to right ribs. Inhale through center and then exhale towards the right. So with the hands pressing into the right hand, left hand can either be up and over, straight above the shoulder or onto the hip. But as you brace through the core, engage the glutes, lift the leg up, and then slowly back down. 3 more times, inhale, lift, and slowly to the floor. Try to, when you lift the leg, keep it parallel to your glutes. 1 more time, and then slowly down. Beautiful. Taking left hand next to the right hand, back to our original kind of position. As the left leg steps forwards between the hands, inhale, coming up into our low lunge. And then from here we inhale. Exhale, bend into the front leg, keep shoulders over the hips, foot flat to the ground. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale again, bending. Inhale, squeeze and engage. Last time, exhale. Inhale, draw it all the way back, left hand down to the knee. Inhale, right hand floats higher. Exhale, slowly, slowly start to bend towards the left side. If you want, bend into the left leg a little bit more to feel it more into the right hip flexor. Let's go for 1 more breath. Inhale, returning back to low lunge. Then planting both hands in front of the left foot. Engage and lift the right knee. Squeeze the glutes. Slowly float the right leg up towards the ceiling. See if you can shift the gaze and look behind you. Play around with how straight, how bent you want the left leg. We'll take 1 more breath here. And then slowly as you bend the left leg, right leg lands behind you. Push through, step it back into downward facing dog. Have a little shuffle, have a little bit of a move. As I again change direction. So checking in with the breath here. You're going to take 1 more breath. And then inhale, you're going to roll your shoulders over your wrists, coming forwards into a high plank position. Drop both heels to the left, maybe stack right on top, and open up the right hand briefly into side plank. Good. From here, your right leg is going to step up and over, landing onto the tiptoes, and we're going to lower ourselves all the way to the ground. So we're now facing behind us. Take the right elbow into your chest. We're going to do some pulses up into baby wild thing. So push into both the feet, lift the hips, right hand reaches to the back. Then exhale, slowly lower all the way to the floor. So we're learning control. Inhale, push up, Activating through that left shoulder. Exhale slowly down. One more time, inhale, press. A little bit longer off a hold, engaging through the glutes. Play around with the right heel either being on or off the floor. And then exhale, slowly come all the way down. From here, draw the legs so they're parallel, the right knee is bent. Right hand goes behind us, left hand over the knee, and we're slowly twisting towards the right hand side. Locate the breath where it's easiest, so again, left back, right chest. Keep pressing through the right hand, keeping the body supported. One more breath here. And then inhale, you're going to rotate forwards, hands either side of the hips. Right leg is going to step over the left, and we're going to turn over, so we're now lying on the edge of the left leg. Left hand is going to go behind you, right palm facing down, facing the same way as your chest. So again, we're going to come to more pulses. So on your inhale, push through the right foot and the left foot, and right hand is going to reach up and over towards the top of our mat. And then exhale, we come all the way down, right hand reaches behind us. And again, inhale, push to lift, and exhale, slowly coming all the way back down. One more time, inhale, push and lift, holding here, squeezing and engaging. Then we're going to see if we can transfer into pigeon. So look towards the ground, plant the right hand next to the left, turn onto the toes, lift that right heel towards your chest, let it land between the hands, slide the back leg away, and take your time to walk down into your pigeon pose, or sleeping pigeon. Go as low as you would like. Take a moment here to locate the breath. Use a pillow, use a block if you need. And make sure you're engaging with the lower body. We're actively trying to support our hips by trying to press the front knee into the ground as well as the back leg. So we're not just collapsing into our supporting structures of the ligaments. Good, so we're going to take one more breath here. Then inhale, start to walk those hands inwards. And then from here, we're going to swivel that left leg round to the front so we can release the right, give it a little bit of a shake, and then swivel it round the other way so we come to sit on the heels. Walk both hands behind you, fingertips either on the ground or flat hands. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift the chest, slowly tilt the head behind you if it feels comfortable. Breathing here. Feel free to lift your bum off the heels. And take one more breath like this, finding the breathing easy into the chest. Then chin draws forwards, walk the hands in, walk them in front, landing down into child's pose. So from this child's pose, before we come up to do the other side, I want you to walk the hands over to the right side, take the left hand on top, chin comes back to the chest, and feeling the breath moving easy down the left side of the body. If you want to feel a little bit more sort of muscular engagement, try to really pull left hand into the right. And then release, walk them over to the other side. So take right hand on top, and again, feel the pull, feel the activation. Breathing into the right side of the body. Good. And then inhale, bring it all the way back through to center. Lift and raise up into downward facing dog. Have a little shake, have a little move as I change direction again. Lovely, so inhale, roll your shoulders over your wrist, come forwards into your high plank. Drop both heels down to the right side, maybe stack as left hand reaches up and over. Lovely, then from here the left foot is going to step behind you, and we're going to land all the way down. So the left leg is bent, the right leg is straight. Pushing through the right hand, left hand to your chest. Inhale, come all the way up, wild thing. And exhale, slowly bring it back down. 2 more times. Inhale, push and lift. Exhale, slowly back down. Last time. Inhale, push and lift, and we're going to hold here. So really actively pressing through the right hand. Explore flat heel or tiptoe off the left leg. Really trying to reach through the left hand. And slowly, slowly bring it all the way down. Just set up and match up the legs so they're nice and parallel. Right hand is going to go over to hug the left knee, left hand behind you. Slowly twisting over towards the left side. Checking that we can breathe efficiently and with control before we invite ourselves to go deeper. One more breath like this. And then inhale, coming forwards, taking the left foot over the right, so we come onto, again, the side of the right leg. Right hand goes behind us, left hand facing down, the mat facing the same way as our chest. Inhale, push into the feet, the hand, left hand reaches up and over. Exhale, lower, reset the left hand. 2 more times, inhale, push and lift. Exhale, slowly, slowly lowering. Good, 1 more time, inhale, pushing to lift. And exhale. No, we're going to hold here this time. And then we'll transfer to pigeon. So take left hand next to the right, turn the hips to face the floor, hug the left knee to the chest, let it land, slide the back leg away from you, and slowly walk out the hands, come down to your expression of pigeon pose, sleeping or more upright. But again, make sure we're engaging and protecting the hips. So front leg super active, as well as the back glute. Cool. So I'm going to go for 1 more breath here. Then inhale, slowly, slowly walking the hands inwards. You're going to drop the hips down towards the left side. Bring the right leg to the front. Give the legs a little bit of a shake. And then swivel them off to the other side. Come to a kneeling position. Again, fingertips or flat hands behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift the chest. Tilt the head behind if it's comfortable. Maybe lift the bum off the heels if it feels good. 1 more breath. And then chin to the chest. Come forwards into child's pose. This time, take your palms together and then place them behind your head. Walk the elbows a little bit further away if it feels comfortable as we open up through the tricep and through some space in the upper back. Good, 1 more breath here. And then slowly, slowly release the hands, coming all the way upwards. Swivel the legs round to the front and come down to lie on your back. Hugging your knees into your chest so you can rock side to side. I'll do a spinal twist, followed by some windscreen wipers and happy baby to finish off. So when you're ready, both knees drop down towards the right hand side. Let the right hand hold the legs as you extend the left hand away from you. Obviously manipulate and do the supine twist to whatever suits you best. But observe how the breath moves very easy into the left rib cage. 1 more breath here. And slowly come back through to center and then down to the other side. So left hand to the knees, the right hand extends away, feeling the breath moving into the right rib cage. One more breath here. Then as you come all the way back through to center, you're going to plant your feet on the floor about hip distance apart and take your hands up and above your head. Slowly let your knees go down towards the right side. They don't have to touch the floor. Back through center, then down to the left. Just super gentle movement for the hips. And with the arms stretched up and above the body, you might get a nice little sort of stretch sensation down the sides. Good. So let's go 1 more time each direction. through to center. Draw the knees to your chest, lift the feet up to the ceiling. See how you can actively bring yourself into the happy baby position. And then use your hands to maybe hold the ankles, hold the feet, hold the calves, whatever feels good. And feel free to rock yourself side to side. Play around with the legs being straighter, more bent. Good, one more breath. You're going to hug your knees back to your chest, rocking side to side. And then decide which way you want to roll over to the right or the left. Whichever side, make sure you support your head with a grounded bicep. And then when you're ready, pushing yourself all the way back up to a seated position. Closing down the eyes for a second, resting them in your lap. And just taking a moment to thank yourself for your movement, for your practice. Drawing your hands to heart center. Namaste. When you're ready to come back to the room, rub your palms, feel the heat. Hands over your eyes. And come back when you're ready. So thank you for joining. I hope you feel good after this morning's practice. Feel free to leave comments, suggestions, feedback for future videos, and I will see you next time.